Hi there, my name is Tom, and I was just 3 years old when my mom left my dad. He was a major jerk, and she was so much happier without him. The only problem was that we were broke. My mom worked 2 jobs at once, but that wasn't enough for school, clothes, books, rent. The list was endless. I wanted to help my mom so badly that when I was 6, I tried to get a job at McDonald's. All the adults laughed at my application form. It was filled out with crayon. I was so mad. I wanted to be a grown-up. When Mom found out, she said, "Tom, the best way to help me is by doing well at school. You don't need to get a job. Oh, you're so cute." From that day, I started paying really close attention at school. I worked hard at getting the best grades, and by the time I was 12, I was topping the district. That's how I got into the richest, snobbiest school in town. They found me and offered me a full scholarship if I transferred right away. I didn't want to leave my friends, but free school was too much to give up. So, I started going to the rich side of town. Everything was different here. The roads were cleaner, the houses were bigger, and the people were meaner. The meanest of them all was Blake. His father owned the school, and he did whatever he liked. My first day, I saw him push a kid off his bike for no reason. "Hey, stop that!" I rushed to help the kid up and told Blake to back off. "You must be new. Do you have any idea who I am? A massive jerk?" The people watching laughed, and Blake turned beet red. "I'm your worst nightmare." He meant it. He tried to bully me every single day for 4 years. He called me names, stole my books, and spread false rumors about me. One day, he pulled the fire alarm and told the teacher I did it. Obviously, they believed him over me. I got a whole week of detention. Didn't have time for this mess. I had to study hard all day. And now that I was older, I helped my mom by doing a job at night. We were so poor compared to everyone at school, and I did my best to hide it. I lied to everyone when they asked me what my parents do. They sell computers. They're super rich. I made sure I got the best clothes from the donation boxes in town and checked them for any imperfections. One time, I missed a tear on my coat, and Blake caught it right away. "Torn clothes? How pathetic. Are you too poor to afford basic things?" No one laughed with him. You see, other people in school really started to like me over the years. I was funny, friendly, and I didn't bully them. Blake hated this. To top it all off, I beat his grades every single time. The day the school was honoring its toppers, all hell broke loose. "This loser cannot win first place! He's a cheater!" "Excuse me? I beat you fair and square!" Blake ran over to me and tried to yank my medal off my neck. "Give it to me! Give it! No!" I shoved Blake away from me and he fell back. Everyone laughed and he began to yell loudly. "Ah! He hurt me! I sprained my leg! Ah!" He was good at putting on a show. The teachers dragged us to the principal's office, and I got the worst yelling of my life. "I want him out of this school, Dad. Tom is our best student. We can't get rid of him." "How dare you hit my son! Blake attacked me first!" "So what? You should never hit back. You hurt him." "He's faking it! He just wants me to get into trouble." "You're both in trouble. 1 whole week of detention, and you both have to show the new students around the school." Our school was huge, and new people had to have guides for their first week. I really didn't want to babysit with Blake, but I had no choice. We both met the new student the next day, and wow, she was stunning. She had the most beautiful brown eyes I've ever seen. The moment Blake saw her, he turned to me. "You can go. I can help her alone. I won't tell the teachers." "No way! You're a snake!" "Look, that's Lisa. I've known her since we were kids, and her dad is even richer than mine. I want to date her, so just go away!" Obviously, I didn't go away. Instead, I raced up to Lisa first and gave her my best smile. I never really flirted with a girl before, but I gave it my best shot. "Hi, I'm Tom. You're cute. Do you, like tacos?" Yes. I love tacos." "Would you like to eat some with me after school?" "Okay. Why not? You're pretty cute too." Blake literally jumped in between us. "Lisa, remember me? Blake? Our dads are in the same country club." "Kind of. Do you want to go with me? Tonight? I'll take you somewhere fancy." "Sorry, I'm getting tacos with Tom today." His expression was priceless. That's what he gets for messing with me. Lisa and I went out, and I had a surprisingly good time. She was so goofy and hilarious. Some of her jokes made me choke with laughter. Wow, I'm actually having fun. I'm glad I messed with Blake. "What? Oh, Blake has a crush on you, and he's been kind of a jerk to me, so I asked you out first." "What? I thought you thought I was cute." Uh-oh. I do think you're cute, but what? I'm just a pawn in your boy games? You just used me to mess with someone. You're a jerk. She threw her taco at me and ran away. I quickly paid the taco guy and chased after her, but she was gone. Dang it. Blake was turning me into a terrible person. I tried to apologize to Lisa the next day, but she wouldn't even look at me. I almost gave up until one day, when we ended up in the same elevator together. I acted on instinct. I pressed the stop button. What are you doing? I want to apologize, but you keep running away. Don't bother. I'm never gonna go out with you again. I don't want you to go out with me. I'm just sorry. I act like a complete idiot, and you have every right to hate me. She looked shocked. Really? You mean that? Yes. I'm really sorry. I was so stupid. Agreed. You'll have to buy me like 100 tacos to make up for it. Does that mean we can be friends? Yeah. Okay. I forgive you. Yes! All 100 tacos were worth it, because Lisa was amazing. She was kind, funny, and most importantly, she was a really good friend. She was always there to help her friends with their troubles, and I felt like I could tell her almost anything. Almost. One day, Lisa asked me what my parents did for a living, and I felt real fear. If she finds out I'm poor, she won't like me. I lied quickly, hoping this would go away. But one day, Lisa wanted to walk me home, and I was trapped. I had to take her to a random mansion and pretend it was mine. I went inside and hid in the bushes till she went away. If that wasn't crazy enough, one night, she walked into the restaurant where I worked. The moment I saw her, I ducked and hid under a table. The manager called for me like 10 times, but I just couldn't make myself get out. Why was I going so crazy over this girl? Suddenly, 3 pairs of legs joined me under the table. My manager had seated women there. I immediately crawled out of the table and all 3 women screamed, sending their food flying all over the floor. My manager caught me by the collar and fired me on the spot. If I wasn't horrified enough, I turned to see Lisa staring at me with her mouth open. Oh no. I just ran home. By the time Lisa confronted me in school, I had a lie ready for her. I got that job so I could learn some responsibility. It's not good to just live off my parents. But why were you under the table? I dropped my phone. I was looking for it. Somehow, the lie worked. And Lisa gave me a big hug to comfort me. Ew, I was close. I was heading home from school that day when I felt someone pull me back. It was Blake. Why were you hugging Lisa at school? None of your business, moron. Didn't I tell you I like her? You better back off before I make you pay. Make me pay? Your dad can't kick me out of school. You have no power here. I stormed away from him with my head held high, thinking I'd won this battle. I had no idea how far Blake would go for a shot at Lisa. She and I were having lunch in the cafeteria one day when Blake came over with his gang. Hey, Tom, your parents are rich, right? Yes. They sell computers. Then why are you wearing clothes that I threw in the garbage? I was in shock. Blake pulled out his phone and played a video for everyone. It was me, searching for clothes in the donation bins. We saw you hunting for clothes like a cheap beggar. We followed you, and you live in a tiny apartment on the bad side of town. Everyone around me was whispering. I couldn't even bear to look up at Lisa. My secret was finally out. So, what do your parents really do? Do they even have a job? Or are they pathetic like you? I couldn't take it anymore. I got off my feet and punched Blake right in the face in front of everyone. I just lost it. Ah! I'm reporting you to my dad. Everyone saw that, right? He punched me! I was suspended for 2 weeks after that, which was just fine with me. Felt like my life was over. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to study. And I didn't want to see anyone. I turned my phone off so none of my friends could reach me. I was locked in my room for a whole week until one day, there was a knock on my door. Lisa was here. She saw me in my tiny apartment. I was wearing old, faded hand-me-downs. What are you doing here? How did you find me? I can track people. Why didn't you answer my calls? I was worried. Maybe I'm embarrassed, and I want to be alone. You shouldn't be embarrassed for being poor. You should be embarrassed for lying to me about it. Oh, I should have told you the truth, that my mom's a waitress and a janitor, that my dad abandoned us, and we live like beggars. Which part makes you want to go out with me? She looked shell-shocked. Wait, you want to go out with me? I never said that. Just leave me alone. Lisa, I went into my room and slammed the door shut. I wanted to be anyone else except me right now. It got so much worse when I opened Instagram and saw pictures of Blake and Lisa together. I guess she found someone who can take care of her the way she deserved. I was in the worst mood of my life when I started school again. Lisa tried to talk to me a few times, but I just ran away from her. I thought I could just avoid her forever, until one day, we ended up on the same elevator, alone. She punched the stop button, and the elevator came to a halt. How long are you going to ignore me, Tom? You're driving me crazy! I don't want to talk to you about my lies. I don't want to hear about your dates with Blake. We're not dating, you idiot! I only clicked those selfies because he literally begged me. I like you. It took me a few seconds to get that. You like me? Are you blind? I've liked you since the first day we met. It doesn't matter. We can't be together, Lisa. I'm poorer than your gardeners. I have nothing to offer you. You have everything to offer me. You're a good friend. You're an amazing son. You're clever and you're handsome. I was speechless. Lisa grabbed my collar and gave me a full peck on the lips.
Hi, my name is Ada, and I'm from New York. Me and my twin sister Gia were born to two very chaotic parents who fought like Tom and Jerry all the time. And on the very day we were born, they picked up a twin each and decided to make us the best version of themselves. Ada is hungry. She needs milk. Oh, since you chose her, why don't you feed her from your nipples? Yep, Dad picked me, and growing up, he taught me the Turkish language because he was from Turkey. And Gia was Mom's favorite, so Mom taught her Italian because she was from Italy. Although we spoke English at home, that whole language thing kinda became the reason for all the chaos and misunderstandings in the family. Because of Mom and Dad's fights, I could never get close to Mom, and I hated that. So once, when I was 8, I decided to make a card for Mom for the new year and asked Gia for help. When Mom saw it, she went ballistic. Sei una vaca grassa, which meant you're a fat cow. God, you're so rude, Ada. Just like your jerk dad. I always knew I made the right choice by picking Gia. I was furious. That witch made me do this. I ran to Gia and pulled her by her hair. Why did you do that to me? 'Cause Dad loves you more than me, and I hate it. So what? Mom loves you more than me. Just then, Mom came and separated us and said something to Gia in Italian. What did you say? Not your freaking business. Go to your daddy and hug him. But Gia glared at me and spit at my face, and another fight broke out. She beat me to it, and I got a black eye, but I was so gonna get back at her. The funny thing was about us, Gia and I were identical twins. We both looked so much alike that even our parents couldn't tell us apart. And I was gonna use that against her. The next day, I went to school and punched a kid straight in the face. I rule the school. No one dares mess with me. Remember my name. It's Gia. That would land Gia in detention for sure. But my plan kinda backfired when both Mom and Dad were called to the principal's office. And when they couldn't figure out who it was between us, they started blaming each other for it in front of the principal. Sei stupido. Yeah, whatever. Same to you. Back at you. Così stupido tu animale. The principal let us off without any punishment because she just wanted to get my parents out of her office. But it's not like they ever stopped. On Thanksgiving dinner, Mom served pizza and Dad went ballistic. Where's the freaking turkey? Who even makes pizza on Thanksgiving? You stupid woman. Turkey, turkey. Go ask your mother to make you a turkey. And saying that, Mom threw a plate at Dad, which he avoided, but then Dad grabbed the ketchup bottle and pointed it at Mom. Don't you dare! This is a designer top. Watch me. And he squeezed out all of the ketchup onto Mom's top. Mom shrieked, and soon our dinner table turned into a war zone. Gia and I felt terrible. Mom and Dad didn't even care about any happy occasion or us anymore. They just fought all the time. Then one day in the 7th grade, when Gia and I got back home after school, Mom and Dad finally dropped the bomb on us. We are getting a divorce. Ada is going to live with her dad in Turkey, and Gia is going to live with me in Italy. What? No way! You can't do that! No, Mom! No, Dad! I can't live without you guys! I want all of us together! Please, don't do this! But they didn't listen to us and said it was final. Later that night, I went to talk to Gia in her room. I thought she might not listen to me, but she hugged me as soon as she saw me. Oh, Ada, I'm so glad you're here. Even though we fight all the time, I can't live without you and Dad, sis. We have to do something. What can we do? Our parents just hate us. They're selfish and only think about themselves. Then let's just run away. They'll get busy looking for us, and then they'll forget all about this stupid divorce thing. They'll understand how much we need them. I won't let this happen. I won't let them ruin our lives. We have to stay together no matter what. But Mom and Dad had already filed for the divorce, and within a week, they even signed the final papers. But then I had a brilliant idea. I could switch places with Gia and go with Mom to Italy. We would tell them about the swap after 6 months. And when they'd meet again to exchange us, maybe they'd be less angry and realize that they still loved each other. Yes, this was perfect. I immediately told Gia about it, and she happily agreed. Soon after, Mom and I flew off to Italy, and there, Mom had a huge place of her own. As soon as we got there, a maid came running and grabbed all our luggage. Benvenuta, signorina. And that's when it hit me. I could not understand a word of Italian. And this reminded me of Gia. She was also stuck in Turkey and didn't know a word of Turkish. God knows what kind of trouble she was going through. Mahaba birkaç erkek alabilir miyim?
What are you saying, kid? Are you out of your mind?
Soon after, Mom enrolled me in school, and my first day was a complete mess. The teacher asked me to introduce myself, and I said, Ciao, mi chiamo Gia, siete tutti brutti. Everyone gasped and looked at me like I'd cursed them. All I said was they were nice, but for some reason, none of them would talk to me now. The next day during lunchtime, pizza was being served in the cafeteria, but I noticed there wasn't enough cheese on top. Can I get more cheese on this? The server stared at me like I had asked for her kidney. And dude, this was a clear mistake. Asking for more cheese in Italy is considered super rude, but I didn't know that. Cheese? Vacca grassa? The lady glared at me and jumped over the food counter to attack me. She chased me for a mile around the school until the principal caught us both. She sternly told me off for being rude and said she was going to call my mom later. And I felt like a terrible kid. Mom was already dealing with the divorce, and now I was adding more to her troubles. I thought I'd apologize to her as soon as I got home, but what I saw next shocked me. Mom was having a pool party with her friends, and they were all having the time of their lives. What the crap? Mom, what's going on here? Oh, honey, I'm having so much fun. You should join us. If I knew life without your father would be so amazing, I'd have divorced him before the wedding. I feel like I'm 20 again. Woohoo! What? I thought she'd be missing Dad and me, but she was having a blast. This was so weird and not what I expected. I quickly went to my room and called Gia to tell her how Mom was going completely crazy. But what she told me shocked me even more. Dad was gonna get engaged within a week. This was insane. We had to get Mom and Dad back together soon, by any means possible. The next day, I was all set to break the news to Mom, but what I saw almost gave me a heart attack. She introduced me to a not-so-handsome man as her boyfriend.
Ciao, sono Roberto, signorina.
And before I could even say anything, they put me in a car and took me shopping with them. But I had to do something to get rid of all this Italian pasta sauce at all costs. When Mom went inside the changing room, I told him to leave her alone. Voglio che tu ami mia madre. Suddenly, he had tears in his eyes, and he hugged me. What was wrong? Then he took a rose from his pocket and proposed to my mom in the most romantic way possible.
Sarai mia, signorina.
Mom looked awestruck, and then she said the words that I dreaded the most. Si, lo farò. OMG, what the heck was happening? Our plan was literally falling apart. The next day, I stormed off to school in anger. But in the school corridor, a guy pulled my hand and started flirting with me.
Hi, beautiful. Want to go and get some cheese with me? I'll open factories for you.
Ew, he was so gross. And I was so done with kids making fun of me for not knowing the language. I knew a little Italian by now, so I told him to leave me alone. But he didn't, so I slapped him hard. He left and he went to tell the principal some lies that I forced him to kiss me. An hour later, Mom barged into the principal's office and she looked raging mad.
Your kid has been misbehaving with our staff and been doing inappropriate things to boys.
Mom, I didn't.
Oh, I know my daughter very well. It's the school that's stupid, and I'm putting her into a better one. We are done here.
Oh my God, she was so unpredictable. While driving me back home, I thought Mom would scold me, but instead, she said something that completely shocked me. It's okay, honey. If you're ever in a place where you're unhappy, then you can always move away. Just like I did, Ada. What? Did she just call me by my real name? Mom, you know?
Of course I know.
Child, really? Well, no. This morning after you left for school, I went to your room and I saw your pink-colored undies which Gia hates. Why did you do that, honey? Imagine everything Gia has been going through there. She doesn't even know the language. We want you guys to get back together. But Mom didn't say a word to that. And as soon as we reached home, she called Dad and told him everything. But Dad, like always, wouldn't believe her.
I'm not going to fall for your pranks, woman. Do you think I'm a fool? Of course I know it's my daughter. It's Ada.
But minutes later, he called her back saying he knew from the beginning it wasn't me. Mom immediately got on a plane with me. When we landed at the airport, I saw Gia and Dad waiting for us outside. I ran towards her and she hugged me as soon as she saw me. I missed you so much, sister. Minutes later, Mom asked Gia to follow her. Dad asked me to come with him, but I had to try one last time. Enough, you guys. We are not going anywhere. We want to live together like a family. Please, can't you do this for us? Yes, I want to live with Ada and Mom. Not like this, where I feel so empty and alone and unloved. I want to be happy. Mom and Dad looked at us in complete surprise.
Oh, honey, why would you ever think you're alone? No matter what happens between me and Mom, nothing could ever change the fact that we're your parents, and we love you so much. You'll always have both of us.
Then why can't we all live together? Because that won't make any of us happy. We wanted to raise you in a happy home with great memories, but living together, we could never give you any of that. And now look at us. We are happy, and we can give you the best of the world, only if you choose to accept it. Suddenly, I had tears in my eyes. Maybe Mom was right. She looked a lot happier and healthier than she ever used to be with Dad. And Dad, he looked like he was going to explode with joy. And now, the only people fighting against this happiness was me and Gia. This had to stop. I looked at her, and she looked at me, and we knew what the right thing to do was. We agreed to Mom and Dad's plan.